All right. Hello, everyone. Um, all right. So let's get through this. So I'm done with this because um, um. So if I have this is an update video for my problem that I have with Newegg. Um, I've ordered computer parts that I need to upgrade my computer for my channel and everything else, whatever. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing at this point. I just whatever. But the situation is that I've ordered on February 16, a few days ago, parts from Newegg.ca. Sadly, when they arrived, they were actually damaged. I will show the pictures and everything so you can see sorry what I mean. Then I will explain the problem. I was also explaining that I'm not the only one who had issue with them. Even GamersNexus, if you look at them on YouTube, they even went to see them directly and talk with the people at the top, and they still feel that they don't really care about the customers. So, and actually it shows up because I've been in a way kind of fighting with them since yesterday about different people with, and they all come out with the same excuses. I'm gonna try not to swear anything to make it just like a simple video. They come up with excuses of all kind. So what happened is this. I'm going to show quickly the items, and I'm also gonna explain some of the claim that are false that they're saying. So technically what is happening is that I'm going to I'm gonna put my camera off for a second and I'm gonna show some pictures. So what happened is, if we start opening some pictures. So technically what happened is that I've received this is the kind of package that I've received from Newegg. As you can see, there's no protection anywhere in the box. It's just simply the motherboard inside and a little piece of paper on the corner, bunch of papers on the corner, and that's it. Now, if you look around here, you can see that there's something hit this area. Now, here's what I'm gonna show. I'm gonna show that what it looks like also on the side. As you can see here, this is the box for the motherboard, and you can see that there is an issue here. Something hit that. And also look at in the back here, my full case, there's a huge hole in it. So it's not just the motherboard, it's also the case. Also, something happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's Newegg directly. I don't know if it's the shipping, but something happened here that all my box came broken or damaged, in short. Now, when I've opened for the motherboard, here's what it looks like. First of all, the seal that that shows that the box was unopened was open. It was already open. And second, this is what the box looks like. So of course, when I saw this, I'm like, oh geez, I'm gonna open them and check it up. And what I found is that the cover that covered the socket, where you put your processor, actually was also broken, and the pin sadly on the motherboard, like this, as you can see, there's some bent pin and I'm not an expert with this. I know that this is not something you should touch. All I can say is that this thing here at the top here is actually, there's a part at the top that is broken. So what happened? My guess what happened is that the box received a good hit, enough that it broke also the motherboard box itself, and probably hit that parts that covered this part of the CPU, and that it probably broke that plastic at the top of this socket here, and something happened. It scratched some of the pin. So what happened is that this arrived like this, broken for me. And now when I talk with the see here also just my case box, and inside of there you could literally touch the glass. So I'm lucky that the glass is not broken. You know, it's just scratched, that's it, but it's not broken, at least for that. Now what happened is that I've contact, of course, Newegg and explain, hey, I just received this like that. Here's the pictures, the same day yesterday. And what they told me is this. I said, you know, thank you very much for your waiting. After checking, I am deeply sorry. The Newegg that Newegg does not accept PC motherboard received with bend damage CPU socket pins. I do apologize that item worship with physical damage cannot be processed by Newegg and will void or return policy. I would recommend that you can directly contact manufacturer Asus to repair or replace the motherboard. So technically, I've paid almost $500 for a I paid almost yeah, it's $430, and plus there's 6% plus 9% tax here, plus the shipping. So I've paid at least almost probably around $500 Canadian for this motherboard, and it arrived broken. And now they're claiming that it will void the warranty, and because of that, they cannot replace it from me, and I have to contact Asus. Now, Asus, I've talked with them, I've contacted them today, and what they tells me is that what they're saying about their void warranty is not true, and that it will not void their Asus warranty, and they should actually apologize and send me either a refund or a replacement. But Asus and Newegg still keep claiming that no, this is not true, you know, or that's gonna void a warranty, and we're gonna make a claim issue for you. And for them, a claim issue technically, it's like in short, they tell you that okay, yes, we cannot refund you, and then if you complain, then they make a claim issue for you. The claim issue, what it does is that it makes you wait 3 to 5 business days so they can think about what they're gonna do. The problem is that what it claims to say in the claim issue is that if we accept, you know, to do you an RME, blah, blah, then you're gonna get to the step 2, which is after the claim issue after 3 to 5 business days. But they could still say, no, we don't accept this, it's broken, blah, blah, it's your problem. The other problem is that it could also cost me something, and I might have to also pay for the shipping. This is ridiculous at this point. So what happened is that I'm gonna show this here, is that, like I said, I apologize, this is in French, but I will translate it for all of you that's watching this. So I've showed them I've explained to them that they say that Newegg, sorry, says that the claim, I mean that it would void the warranty and they cannot get it repaired by Asus, or you know, get their money back. So because of that, I'm stuck with it. I have to deal with Asus, you know, myself, which of course Asus, if I deal with them, I will have to pay for a repair. And now how much it's gonna cost for a socket? Probably it's gonna be expensive. It's not just a simple thing that you can remove from the motherboard. It's literally on the motherboard. I don't think it's gonna be cheap. So what they're saying here is that when I told them that Newegg claimed that they cannot, change it for me because it would void their warranty, and they could not get it, get their warranty with Asus. Here it says the person told me that it's not true. You receive a broken hardware. That's what it's saying here. The place where you bought it are in fault. So they're the one in fault with this. So I explained a little bit more, and she said they should literally exchange the hardware for me and apologize for the inconvenience. That's Asus telling me that no, this is not true. The void warranty with them, blah blah. This is not true. This is just not true. They're just trying to claim thing, just so the consumer get stuck with the item and have to either pay, because they did tell me further down that if I deal with them, I'm gonna have to pay for a repair or something like that. I just received this item yesterday. This item is considered brand new. It's not an open box. It's literally a brand new item I bought from Newegg, and this is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. Now when they saw my tweet, because I made a tweet about this to them saying, hey, you just got kind of in a way caught by GamersNexus, which a lot of his follower, because he had this issue. Please just look at my other video, or I'll put them, and I'll put the info on the description below on the video to please go watch GamerNexus. He has now 3 video or 4 about an issue with them, just as a consumer, that he tried to literally just got a motherboard and he just wanted to send it back. He didn't need it anymore. They didn't even open it, and they claimed that it was broken, damaged, that he could not get his money back or whatever. So then after that, he made a big thing about this by using his business channel, which is very popular, and a lot of people comes up explaining that, hey, they came up and tell to Steve on GamerNexus that, hey, some of them also got some problem with Newegg. A lot of them either receive part that are not what they should have received. Sometimes it's a new item that are actually open box. Sometimes it's open box, but there's literally it's the wrong item, but also even someone did receive a box. It was literally empty. So since then, Newegg saw that and wanted to talk with Steve from GamersNexus, and even went to see the people at the top. And it's incredible how the people at the top kind of act like they're like, oh, totally for us and totally there and 100%. But they are unreachable, and they keep saying in this video, oh, we're here and they can reach us, blah blah. That's not true. This is freaking difficult to reach them, and no, they're not here for us. They're just trying to save their hearts right now. So what happened is that I made my own tweet and explained my own problem with them after they said, oh, we have a new policy. With their new policy, hassle-free return, and then I said that's not true. And I explained everything on Twitter, sorry. So what happened is that this is what they told me. 1 second. I'm going to bring the top one. So this is what actually they told me. They sent me a message on Twitter saying, please send us a private DM on Twitter so we can deal with the situation. So they asked me to send them the picture that I've just all showed you, and to send also the pictures of the info about the warranty, blah blah. And this is what they said to me. Thank you, Pierre-Yves is my name, so whatever. So usually, if you are trying to return an item that has physical damage, it would be rejected and denied. So they are still repeating the same thing even after this is from their tweet that shows we have changed our policy for hassle-free return in case there's a problem, whatever, open box or close, or new box, hassle-free return. And now even if they said that, even if Newegg himself, their services still tell me the same shite, that they normally trying to return an item that has physical damage, it would be rejected and denied. However, since there was damage to the retail box and shipping box, it is considered a claim, which will be processed within 3 to 5 business days or sooner. Now, keep this in mind, that they are literally telling me again that they're going to make a second claim for my already claim. And this claim doesn't say that I'm going to get back a refund or a replacement. It doesn't say anything like that. The worst case scenario, it looks like I'm going to be the one who maybe gonna have to pay a little bit of something to actually get back another part. It's kind of like the way it's set up is that they made you just wait for another answer. I explained to them, I said a claim, you asked me to DM you here, and I already shown you I have a claim, and so far you're not willing to help me. We just went through this with GamersNexus, like I said. Please check the description below again. And you have a new Twitter update stating new and open box return hassle-free, but yet still you are making things more difficult for the customers. In short, you haven't learned from your lesson and do not care, which is a fact, because right now I am still having to hassle with them, with different people, and it's a real circus at the moment. It's like you've been thrown from one to the other, and just to be so they can not take care of the situation. It's like, oh, it's my problem now. I have the item, it's my problem, and it's probably my fault. That's the way they see it. It seems that the item is broken, but hey, no matter what, as soon as it gets out of their company, it's your problem, at this point. If there's no customer service, and then they claim there's 30 days free return. There's no 30 days free return here. This is all what they're doing with the claim here is that they're making me wait so they can find out how they could deal with this and lose as less possible money for something they shipped me that is actually already broken. They're trying to put that on the customer, and just hope that we're just gonna give up and deal with this, and they're gonna get rid of parts. They're gonna get rid of parts that are apologize, I wanted to show that, but there you go, there it is. That they're gonna get rid of parts that probably they're broken, or they cannot sell them. Now, yes, again, I apologize. I'm gonna keep it here for a moment. You can always pause it if you want to read it, but it literally says that, and technically that they don't care. I mean, I do not want a partial refund. That's what I said. I want a working on arrival, not damaged box product I paid for. At this point, I'm going to contact consumer rights in Quebec. So here, this kind of things, we have consumer rights, so that's what I'm gonna do at this point. And then further down, I just asked for an RMA, which is a return for all of my item, because at the moment, what they decided to do when I said that, here's the other pictures of what they decide to do at this point. I understand your frustration, but a shipping claim has been issued and our team is currently working on this for you. The tweet in question about our policy is for returns RMAs and not shipping claims, but this issue is not being pushed aside. It just takes time for our claims to process so we can make sure everything is done correctly. So I asked them what exactly has to be done that takes 2 to 5 business days just to tell me if yes or no, you would refund or replace me the item. So this is exactly, I want to know what it is, and they did not answer that question. They have literally not answer this question, because there is, if you ask me, there is actually there's nothing to talk about here to check if it's done correctly. There's nothing, because right now, no matter what, I still have the item here, and they still, they at the moment, at the current time right now, they do not want to get it back. It's my problem for them at the moment. So what is there to do that needs to be done correctly? There's no step here. All I'm doing is that I'm waiting for maybe being told again that either they're gonna refuse it, or either that I'm gonna have to pay something to get a new one or something. This is... So after that, I've asked for an AMA, and you know what they offered me? They offered me actually $75 for... That's what they offered me, $75, and that's it. That's all they needed. I've ordered a total of parts for a total of $2,000 or $1,977 Canadian, and for all of this and the problem I have right now, all they're offering me is a $75 Canadian. You know, kind of, you know, we're gonna give you that money. That's it. No, the part that I need to change, which is very important, it's not like it's just a case that I could use another case. It's literally a motherboard that puts every part on it. So I need a motherboard. Without a motherboard, the computer doesn't exist. So I need that part. It's the center. It's the skeleton of the computer. You know, without it, I cannot put the CPU, I cannot put the RAM, I cannot put the graphical, I cannot put the Windows, and nothing. So I'm stuck here, and all I'm being offered is $75. This is ridiculous. For a $500 item that I should have here right now, it's here and it should work. It should be not damaged. But that said, like I said, sadly also, GamersNexus, Steve from GamersNexus went to see them live, and I want to show just at the end what's their thought after talking with them. And I agree with them from what I saw, plain and simple. It's ridiculous. It's a bunch of people at the top that are just, they try to make you believe that they care fully, but they only trying to focus in the video, because please, again, at the bottom of the description, you'll be able to go see it. But it's Steve from GamersNexus is actually trying to ask them, okay, my issue now is resolved, but what about the others? What about the other normal customers that, you know, just contact you and they don't have a big following and stuff like that? What about them that they keep having issue with you, Newegg? And they keep, in the video, they keep coming back to his issue. You know, your issue is special. It's one of a kind almost, and it's not something that usually happen. And they try to make us after that believe that they care, and that if you feel that there's a problem, to actually contact literally one of them directly. But the problem is that this is not how it works. This is not how you cannot just go to a company and say, hey, I want to talk to the CEO top guy right now because I have an issue with an item. It's not gonna happen unless you take a lot of step, and I'm talking about a lot of big step, like having this a lawyer, and maybe you're gonna get all the way up there. But that said, I just want to show the end, kind of actually just a little bit of the intro and then the end of the video, not because it tells you everything, but because I want you to see how the still after all of these issues that Steve had to go through on GamersNexus, and all the people that I am message him about these issues, that they also having with Newegg, that even here in Canada it's happening. So here's just, I'm gonna put myself on the side right there, and I'm just gonna show a little bit. And of course, the link of the full video is gonna be at the bottom description. Please go watch it fully, because Steve does amazing job when it comes to give content, and I really want him to get the credit that is due for him for doing all of this. So here's just a little bit the intro, and at the end how they felt about the interview with the I would say the top at the top of the company. So
this journey, it wasn't easy. All right, they're waiting for us outside. There's security. The road to actually sit down with Newegg executives and discuss the issues was difficult. And we felt like Newegg was playing games with us up until the last possible second.
So you can film, ignore my email, and hopefully that won't be public. You can film all you want outside. This is Terry Cox, and you can film in our conference. So you can film all you want outside, and then no filming except for our conference room. So no filming as you walk in.
Okay.
Is that cool?
We'll keep it pointed at the floor while we walk in.
Okay. No filming.
I want a record of everything for your guys' sake too. I'll explain why. After our first video of it.
So at this moment, for this part, from them, I can maybe understand that they don't want to show, like, you know, the inside. It's kind of the right that, you know, they want to keep some privacy about, you know, when you go in the building, that how it works, you know, like where are their stuff, whatever, and how the people that are there, the way they work. The fact that they want to show that, I think it's, I mean, I could understand privacy. I think it's still weird, because you can go see tons of company, they show you how things are made. So technically, I don't see what they have to hide here. But technically, at the same time, I understand the privacy, but at the same time, I feel it's kind of weird a little bit for the whole thing. The only thing you can film is the conference room. Anyway, that's shady a little bit, but at the same time, privacy, I guess I don't know too much about company policy and privacy, but still, as a company like that sells and you know, a lot of, you know, it's like a giant Walmart but for electronic. They shouldn't have to be afraid of anything that we could see. But anyway, it's their choice. I just want to show a little bit more about the situation.
With questionable RMA practices, Newegg invited a conversation via phone. And when we took Newegg up on it by alerting it in advance of showing up at its headquarters that we would like to talk, the company agreed to the meeting and knew our plan was to film it fully transparently for our audience. We landed in California with the meeting on the calendar, having flown across the country, and we shot the next video praising Newegg and saying that we looked forward to the meeting because we wanted to help Newegg to provide some competition in the market, not just go in there and flame it for an obvious mistake that we had already talked about a lot. But after filming our previous video and before publishing it, we received another email from Newegg with a very different tone. It told us now that filming and audio would not be allowed on its property. There are weasel words here we could have employed, like, okay, we can go across the street. But this looked as if Newegg was trying to test us at the last minute, or if we give them the benefit of the doubt, it was acting in fear. We genuinely wanted to have a real conversation with Newegg to try and give the company a chance to answer for itself and improve itself. This epic journey was...
So remember that here, what we're talking about, it's about the situation that him, Steve, from GamersNexus, did order an item, did not see that it was an open box because they changed the way on the website that it's set up. So it's the same color as the text of the description, plus it's very small in the bottom left. Now it's literally changed to show it different like this. Maybe you won't see it. It's probably their way of trying to get rid of open stuff, you know. Now the thing is that when he brought it back, just remember that he did not even open it. He just sent it back and said that we don't need it because he managed to deal with what he need, you know, his problem since then. And they refused, you know, to refund him because it was apparently damaged, and it was damaged actually. It was a little damage. And also remember that he's doing this because also a lot of people contacted him saying that them also as a consumer, you know, just a consumer, not a business, as a consumer, customer services is not only bad, but also they receive items that they did not order. They did not receive what they ordered for. They receive broken item. They receive open box item when it's supposed to be new, and it's a hassle to go through them to get things either refund or repair or return, whatever. So this is why Steve from GamersNexus, is doing this. He's going to see them so he can see what they have to say and hope that it can bring back their, the faith in Newegg, and that really they understand that there's a problem out there at the top and that they have to fix this. But yeah, you will see. I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna show all of it. Please, you still have to go to the bottom of the description below. It's gonna be there. I'm just showing the intro of the video and at the end how they felt after going there and talking with them, because it's one heck of a journey. I'm just gonna say that it's just to show that they don't, at this point, I feel that they're more happy to have a lot of publicity from all of this, because even if it's bad publicity, it's still publicity for them. So it's even better for them at the end. The more publicity they get, the more it's better for them. Sure, even if it's bad. That's what sucks about this, and I am starting to feel this is what they're trying to get here. But anyway, let's just continue a little bit, and then I'll tell what I'm gonna do on my side with my issue now.
Brought to you by us and the GN store at store.gamersnexus.net. Our fierce independence is made possible by your purchases of our fully custom, high-quality products, like our HUD black and red desk-sized mouse mats. These mouse mats have custom, vibrant red anti-fray stitching at the borders, red rubber underside, and high-resolution print. Also check out our 3D component drink coasters with exceptionally unique details and high-quality rubber to support your drinks while showing off this awesome hobby. Our large PC building mod mats are back in stock now and shipping as well, and they're the market leader in rugged work surfaces for computer and teardown projects for extreme heat resistance, durability, and utility with things like Ethernet wiring diagrams, cable pinouts, and screw tracking.
These are awesome.
Our toolkits are also in stock.
Go support GamerNexus
for GPU teardowns or PC building. You can visit store.gamersnexus.net to help us fund our future projects like this one and our test equipment while getting something quality in return. Our sincerest thanks to everyone who has supported us in any way. For those of you...
So if you see this and you've been thinking, oh, I need some screwdriver, oh, I would need a new, mouse mat for my table, or even like just these little drink, something to put under the drink so it doesn't make a ring on a table. Their stuff is good. Their stuff is top quality. So go support Steve from GamerNexus. After all he does for us in the computer industry, in the tech industry, they totally deserve support, and their stock is actually amazing. So anyway, just to show quickly, let's end this pretty soon. So
if you have Micro Center or some other alternative to Newegg and Amazon, that's great. But a lot of people, including us, really don't. And we don't want Amazon to just become a monopoly. And that's why, after going back and forth on whether we should even publish that previous video, we ultimately decided to publish it and hold Newegg to its promise, since that's what we filmed the video under the premise of, even though the promise had changed. Now, after publishing that video, presumably because we expressed general positivity and excitement to engage with Newegg and potentially see an improvement, and probably also because of the community response in the comments that was positive towards the acceptance of the upcoming meeting, Newegg, without telling us, went back on its promise and decided it would meet with us after all on camera with audio. So to recap how we got here before we proceed, Newegg invited a phone conversation. We took it further and we notified them that we'd be flying out instead with cameras. Newegg accepted the meeting. They then notified us no cameras would be allowed, even though they already agreed to it. They then went back on the going back of that and reneged the renege. which is maybe appropriate given the stock symbol of Newegg. So important stuff as we get into this. As always, there'll be chapters in the description if you want to jump around. But the biggest thing, the reason this video is long, yes, we know, but it's not long-winded, is because we didn't want to make any cuts to the interview. So going into this, we wanted to make sure everything was represented as it happened in real life, so neither party questions the outcome of the video. Newegg has nothing to ask about. Why did you cut XYZ? The audience doesn't have anything to ask about, and we make sure everyone was represented fully, transparently. That was our objective. That's why it was so important for us to bring the camera to the meeting, because if it's just a closed doors meeting, that doesn't really achieve the goal of bringing transparency to the issue of Newegg's return and customer service processes. So,
all right. So at this point, I'm not gonna show more. I'm not gonna show the whole conversation and everything, because I don't want to put just part like he said himself. I don't want to just put a little part and then just cut it from there. Just take the link below and go see the full interview so you can really make your own thought of all of this. And you can also on the other side, Newegg don't have to say, hey, you're putting some false, half of the conversation here and people get half the information. So down below I will put description of all of the video of Steve and this interview. I will not show the interview. I will just go to the end and say about their final word about the whole thing. So that's it. That's all. That's where we're gonna go.
As possible, the whole situation. So where we stand, very condensed right now, is overall during the interview we felt Newegg performed subpar, met expectations, but those weren't high. And after the interview, we feel Newegg has taken very quick action. Now it's just a matter of, will it address enough people and get out to all the customers who need that help, who've been rejected in the past. And that's where we need you to come in and email us at egg@gamersnexus.net if you have Newegg reach out to you, or if you don't. Both are very important. And let us know what happens, and we'll also be following up with Newegg. So in a few months, in a year, Newegg's not going to know. We have ways of getting in there and evaluating without Newegg knowing it's us. So we will be continually evaluating and making sure it's improving, and it's not all just for camera. At this time, we don't necessarily think it is just for camera, but we can't prove that it isn't because it's too soon. So hopefully that gives you enough information to make a judgment on your own now, and leave it to us and your peers who are buying from Newegg potentially to figure out if it's resolved.
So here I wanted to show before what they think of the what they think of their meeting. I wanted to show that you can contact Steve Hegg at GamersNexus.com. I think that's what he said. I'm gonna check it out myself, because I will send him all what happened, all my step by step of what happened right now, and I'm still not getting any help from them to get a new, unopened, proper, functional product motherboard. So, but here's what they thought after doing the interview with them. Okay, so please just remember, this is just what they're taught after that. And after even me watching the whole thing, the whole conference kind of in meeting, I felt the same way. And it's true. I felt what Steve and his crew felt, and this is sad, but this is where we are right now.
Back on the negative side, there's one really consistent behavior here that's not a good behavior, which we saw all throughout, up until perhaps just after the interview. Maybe Newegg had a little more respect for us after we met in person. But what we experienced, as Andrew pointed out very adeptly, is that Newegg, when we were a customer, it rejected the RMA. It received the motherboard back, evaluated it, claimed customer damage. We pushed back. Newegg allegedly reevaluated it, allegedly took photos of the board that we never received, and claimed customer damage. Newegg sent the board back and the money back after we publicly complained and said, hey, by the way, we're from this little YouTube channel. We got it all back. We look at it, the RMA sticker is on there. It's very clear that this is describable as nothing else other than either a massive fuck up or malicious. And here's where the behavior starts. Newegg saw an issue brought to public light. When it was private, when we tried to resolve it privately, we did not get resolution.
So when he said privately, it's pretty important. I want to point that out, is that privately as you and me, or you, me, or him, just as a consumer. He did not return it and say, hey, I'm from GamersNexus, I'm returning you this item, please refund it. He just simply returned it himself, as himself, like you and me as our customer would do it. And they didn't give a frag about it. And now that they said, hey, we are from this YouTube channel and we gonna make a video about this, and they made a video about this, whatever it is, either like you said, a huge F up or a malicious way, of dealing in this old shenanigan, whatever. So that's what he's trying to say here.
Newegg attempts to resolve the issue privately after it's been brought to public with high-profile person. Newegg then invites us to talk. Newegg then tries to stifle the option to use a camera and audio, but then once we brought to light that Newegg was originally going to accept the interview, it went back to allowing camera and audio. So those behaviors are all consistent with not really reacting until there's a public push. That's potentially a bad thing. So, and the same goes for UFD Tech's issue, where UFD Tech in his video talked about how he didn't get paid, and suddenly after publicly mentioning it, despite pushing internally for quite some time before that, he finally got paid for the advertisements Newegg ran with him.
So you can see right here that there's a lot of weird, there's weird shit happening out there. It's shady, but what I want to go in before, because like I said, I'm not going to show any of the conference on any of that, but I want to show you how they felt about the old interview that they went through with Newegg at the Mon. And there it is. That's the end of the conference. And now he's gonna say how it went, how he feel it went, and how his crew felt it went.
How things went ultimately, we have a lot of thoughts on this, both good and bad for the outcome of the interview, the meeting, and how things went. First of all, primer, this was the most nervous I've ever been going into an interview. And
thanks, Steve.
Given the tension,
Thanks.
Which was
thank you so much for doing this.
Palpable in the room, I suspect that the executives were also fairly nervous, or at least most of them were. So there's a few reasons for this. On my end, I was taking the issue extremely seriously, and I take my job extremely seriously, and I wanted to make sure that going into it, I was not unfairly harsh towards Newegg, but also not too soft. I didn't want to let Newegg just get away with spewing PR statements for however long the interview was, and then closing, and we really kind of have no answers. So there was a lot of pressure I felt to perform well for the audience, for our viewers, and to do overall a service for everyone. On Newegg's side, obviously, they're answering for something that was an extreme error, was questionable on sort of the nature or the intent of that error. And also, to be fair, I have a lot of camera experience, and none of those executives, as far as I could tell, do. So that plays into it as well. So everyone had pretty high nerves going into it. Now, once it started flowing, it felt like we were having a real conversation, and as it should, the camera melted away. So that's the upside. Now, the downside is, for the first few minutes, I felt like there was a lot of PR rambling. There were a lot of really well-chosen words that didn't particularly mean a whole lot in reality, in the concrete world. And as I said at the end of the interview to the executives directly and frankly after a little bit of hesitation there, my feeling was that honestly, it was like I could see the problem in front of me, and as expressed to them, it feels like this is a group of executives high up in the company who make policies that are well written and sound good, but there's a disconnect from perhaps reality, where, and you see this with a lot of large companies, either they're not close enough to the ground floor, or they're too close to the politics and the money and the finance, where they're not connecting anymore. And there's that loss of becoming out of touch with reality, or out of touch with the customer, and instead focusing on internal matters and on investor relations and on the stock market and all of this stuff, what moves the market. So that was perhaps part of the issue. I do feel like some of the team there might have started waking up to that. Now, another side of things, is Terry Cox, who seems like the right person for this particular situation, given he's in customer service. He's only been there for something like 6 months. The director of PR has only been there 1 month, and that showed, not in an insulting way, but in a he doesn't have a lot of company history here way. And so maybe that plays into it too. So during the interview, we were disappointed with how things were going initially. After the interview, it was very clear no one was quite sure how it went. The room kind of politely exited. Everyone asked each other how we thought it went. I mostly said, well, I think it went about as I expected. And that was kind of the end of it. I asked Andrew later after we had left, Andrew, you all wouldn't know this since he's more...
So Andrew is the one who usually film everything and help filming for the videos and everything like that. He's not in the front. He's not in the front of the camera and stuff like that. He's the one always behind, kind of listening and filming. So he asked him technically, how does he feel about how you think the as a consumer, just as a person, how do you feel that this kind of interview went with Newegg trying to, to give us trying to communicate that they want to help, they want to make things good for the consumer.
Andrew, you all wouldn't know this since he's more behind the camera, but Andrew has really key and sharp insights at specific times that some of the others of us, like I, don't have at times on the team. And so I asked Andrew, how do you think it went? And being a person who only had to observe, and his entire job was observing for this whole thing, Andrew sharply said it felt like they were more worried about getting in more trouble or getting in trouble than they were about the customer. And when he said that, I agreed. Now, here's where it gets better. So there's a positive here too. The positive is that Newegg did enact some immediate changes after the interview. So one of them was Newegg opened the account we requested, which it said it had already discussed, to be fair to it, but hadn't done anything, obviously. Newegg opened an account specifically for returns, and that account is returns.issue@newegg.com, where people who feel they have been wrongly rejected of an RMA may now try again, even if it's outside of the window. So that's awesome. Now, as great as that is, perhaps part of the problem here for Newegg, just analyzing it in a way that's designed to hopefully help them and other companies, is that a room full of executives could not commit on camera in an instant to open a simple mailbox. That's not hard to do. It's only good for the customer. It does the right thing. And from the business's point of view, this will generate more money for the business if it does the right thing for the customer.
So I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna put more. Please go see the whole thing, because it feels a lot like it's these people at the top of the company that have these, kind of way to manipulate things to their own benefit if things happen. And they probably met before to talk how they will deal with all of this before getting into the interview, before this and that. And it shows up in all of the interviews. So please, again, down below, I'll put all the link. And go support Steve also from GamersNexus. But also, I want to point out that the thing about saying that we've opened a return.issue@newegg.com. Sadly, the only place it brings you is actually they tell you the same thing. They keep telling you the same stuff, which is it's a damage project. We're going to do a claim issue. It's going to take a bunch of time, and then maybe something's going to happen. This is not even like, I'm sorry to say this, but even Amazon, if I had the issue I just had, I would already have returned it yesterday, and I would probably already have received my money back today. This is how it's so annoying, because now I regret all of this, even though I've been dealing with Newegg for more than a decade now for my parts, before Amazon was around for me to order stuff. So what really pisses me off in all of this is that now I completely regret doing this, because ordering from them, because now I'm stuck with something that doesn't work, that did cost me $500. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not even able to actually afford it. Okay, I'm not, because of my health condition and at the moment how much I receive, but because I needed that part, my girlfriend helped me financially to get that part. And I'm not gonna be shy to say this. Thank you so much to her to help me get the parts that I need so I can continue making what I love. But sadly, I just got heft hard by Newegg, and now I feel extremely bad, because it's like at the moment, right now, currently at this very moment, this is $500 that we lost. This is because the item itself here, okay, is actually damaged and I cannot use it, and I will not take the chance to use this part and put it in a computer and then maybe destroy my, what, it cost me $750 processor, or my RAM, or my graphic card that cost me over $2,000 because of the inflated price since the COVID and the scam and the scalping. I'm not gonna take the chance to put this, which has been damaged, see, on either there on arrival. This is damaged. This is broken on arrival. I didn't even have the chance to use it, and I will not try to use this and maybe damage more of my parts, because now at this point I'm just like, if I do this, I build up a computer and I try to, myself try to fix the what is broken, and it doesn't work. If it short circuits something, if it breaks something, then after that I'm stuck with more items from Newegg that I will not be able to get a refund. So now where am I with this? Sadly, even today, after talking with, like I said, in private, with their direct Newegg services that they have right now for since all of this issue with GamersNexus and the help and everything that they're supposed to do after the conference they had with GamersNexus, to help the consumer and have a better consumer support. I am still stuck at the moment with them not refunding me or replacing me the item. And I'm still stuck right now waiting for at least a week, because we're talking business days, to see what they're gonna say. So at the moment, I'm sorry to say this, but because of all of this, my channel right now will have to be stuck on hold in terms of my video creation and in terms of being able to do what I actually to have the parts that I need to be able to do both the streaming, video recording, and playing these video game to show, and both on Twitch and on YouTube. At the moment, this is an issue that I have. I needed this part to upgrade the computer, to make a new one that was the first step in hope that it would fix all these issues. But at the moment, because I'm stuck with something that does not work and I don't have the money to actually get a new one, I'm stuck. There's nothing I can do. The only thing that I can do is continue trying to either send maybe an email to Steve, and then trying to continue posting on Twitter and on YouTube my videos saying what my experience and what's happening to me right now. But at the moment, what I can say is that at this very moment that I'm talking right now, on February 22, 2022, February 22, 2022, at this very moment right now, all I feel is that I've been scammed. This is what it is. I've been scammed. I have an item right now that I've received damage on arrival that they claim they cannot take back. This is how it is right now. So literally, they they stole me $500 about that. That's what happened right now. So and I cannot put that money. I cannot. And I already feel bad enough that I'm gonna do all of my best that I can to actually instead of trying to find a way to save the money somewhere to actually repay back my girlfriend for the money she helped me to actually be able to get these parts so I can finally get the upgrade for my computer. So I'm sad to report that I'm gonna have to right now to wait, see what I'm gonna do with my channel, see what I'm gonna do also with Twitch, because I'm not exactly sure what to do anymore. I'm not sure what I can do until I was, like I said, I was working on the step to get everything better for both the viewers and myself, so we can all enjoy this. And at the moment, I'm stuck in this. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been very intense on my anxiety, and it makes me want, it literally even makes me, I'm so stressed about this and anxious, it literally makes me want to barf. I'm not hungry, sleeping is rough, but there's nothing I can do. It's gonna be part of me having to deal with this, my own health with this, and to deal with the fact that there's a problem right now that I have, is that I cannot resolve this problem. I'm kind of in a way powerless until maybe someone nice will decide to do something at Newegg in the extreme. It's it's just it should not be like this. This should not be like this. I mean, no one should have to make a bunch of videos on YouTube to explain their situation, what they went through. No one should have to make a contact many different people from from Newegg, and having to wait for a bunch of 3-5 business days or more for them to give you another answer, because they're primarily trying to find a way around all this shit so they can I said it, sorry, so they can actually not lose money. It's all about them. It's not about us. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about them and the cash at the top at the moment. They don't, I'm sorry, but as much as even the fact that they wanted to see Steve and do a video, like a conference video, and be transparent, you know, it still feels shady, and the customer service is still acting like they were acting before, which means that them at the top, they thought like, oh, we did a good job, we did a good, meeting, and then they didn't went into it feels like they didn't not even went into the company and say, hey, we're gonna change this and that. They simply do the minimum. It seems that they did the minimum possible that they to do, is to try to please actually Steve from GamersNexus, not the whole customers, their whole customers. It feels that their goal was to actually please him so he can give a nice word for them, to all of us, and that we would feel, oh, that's great. There's Newegg is great. And at the moment, that's not the case. So I truly apologize for this, for everyone that started to support me in terms of being there and watching my videos and my gameplay and trying to talk with me, getting on my Discord, or even watching my videos on YouTube and liking them and commenting and appreciating this. It was just starting to get nice, and having some people liking them and telling me that they do like what I do, and they support, and they're following me now. And now I have to come with this and say, I'm sorry, I have some issue with computers, and now I'm stuck with this, and there's nothing I can do because I don't have money to actually get more parts, because I don't. But it sucks, because in the end, it's you, the viewer, who are going to suffer from this in a way where I'm not saying you're going to be like, oh my God, he's gone, because I'm just kind of like starting my with say YouTube channel. But the problem is that some people were starting to enjoy this, to enjoy the videos, to enjoy the channel, and to watch the videos. So I care about that, and I care that they want to have more, and I want to do it. I want to put more videos and take the time to do my job, I would say, because for me it's kind of a job. But now I'm stuck at the moment where I cannot do it. I cannot do it because I need to upgrade the computer that I have. And it was going all great. Everything, I had the support, the financial support, and I was starting to get the parts, and now I'm stuck, not knowing what to do. I'm stuck feeling like powerless about this situation, and I'm stuck feeling that I'm just gonna literally my channel, my Twitch and my YouTube channel will go back to, to being back to zero when I'm gonna start again, because there will be no content for me to share except stuff like these video about, update from what's happening with the computer, and issues like, for example, what's happening with Newegg and their company, their shady company now. And it sucks because that's not what people wants to see on my channel. They don't click on my channel to see this. They click on my channel to see different sort of gameplay from different game, and also talking about mental health and stuff that they can go through, and that I can also share what I go through, and all kind of stuff like that. And now I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix this at the moment, because of course if I had money like this, I could just simply okay, I'm just gonna go buy another parts, and I'm gonna wait for them to deal with this shit for weeks if I have to, and then go to the consumer right in Quebec and say, hey, I have this problem, it's gonna take weeks and months, and we're gonna deal with this. But at the moment, that's all I can do. I cannot just say, oh, I'm gonna order the other parts, or the part that I just lost right now at the moment, that at the moment is actually for me a loss, and that enable me from building the computer and upgrading it, because it's a core piece of hardware that is important at the moment. Without that part, I cannot build the computer or upgrade it. That's literally a core important part. So like I said earlier, if it would have been maybe just, I don't know, like a set of RAM, I could have just put 2 instead of 4. If it would be just the case, then I could have use another case in the meantime, because I have other case. That's not a problem. If it would be the cooler system, I have more than one cooler system, I could just always figure something out. But since it's the motherboard, which is the skeleton that holds all of the other part, and that makes all the other part work, I cannot do anything. So anyway, for the moment, I'm just gonna try to relax. There's not much I can do except waiting for a customer right in Quebec, and to wait for Newegg to maybe, or Steve maybe, that he could check that out with them, with Newegg, hoping that something can be done. But there's nothing else at the moment I can do, and I'm so sorry about this. I've been, since I started in January my YouTube channel, I had a plan, and I really wanted to make it amazing and enjoyable for everyone. And at the moment, I feel completely hopeless, and I feel that it feels like I'm letting down the channel, because I won't be able to upload videos on it at the capacity that I was able to at first. I will try to find a way to deal with this, because I don't want the channel to die, and I want you, the viewers, to still continue enjoying the content I put there. But at the moment, I just need to deal with my own anxiety and mental health issue with this, because it's a lot for me. And at the same time, I need to deal with how to deal with this situation. So again, thank you for taking the time to watch this video here. If you watch it on Twitter, I'm so stuck with Twitter right now because of all of this. If you watch it on Twitch offline, thank you also for watching it there. And you can also go to see my YouTube channel to see all the other updates about this situation if you're curious. And other video I've uploaded there from the past at the moment. If you have missed some video that are not anymore on Twitch, you can check them there. In the meantime, I have still also, if you go into my about at the bottom, if you go into my about channel on Twitch, you'll see my Discord and my Twitter, and you can always join me there, and you'll get the news also, and we can talk also, still talk in this area there if you want to talk or do something, play something online. I will try to figure something out in the meantime with the parts that I have, or I will try to find something. But I just understand that when you have issues like this, it makes you just not want to wake up in the morning. It's the anxiety also is so high right now because I'm just like, I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do. I'm in panic. I'm trying to stay calm, but I'm in panic, and I'm trying to find out what I can do. And I see that, you know, the only thing I can do is wait for actually hoping Newegg does something. But at the moment, it's just, again, a piece of, at the moment, all I can feel so far, all I can feel is that they don't give a crap. And I'm stuck with a broken part, especially when even the company from the part, Asus, the motherboard Asus, even them tell me that they should not do that, and that it's not gonna void their warranty with them, and that they should apologize and they should actually refund me or replace the item for me. This is sad. This is sad. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break now. I'm gonna go put this video on YouTube, and let's hope that let's try to stay positive. Let's try, and let's hope that things can get fixed soon, and that I can get back into enjoying what I love, is playing video games and co-op also games with you, the viewers, and also being able to set them up and put them also even in 4K on YouTube. Let's hope I can get back to this pretty soon. In the moment, you know, it's just a mountain that you have to climb, hoping that at the top we'll see a better you know, the end of the road. So for this issue right now. So thank you again. I hope that you'll be fine. Stay safe out there, and have for now have a good rest of your day. Okay, bye.